Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As a general rule, if the Russians, NATO, Americans or the Ukrainians are reporting their successes, then we should divide it in two. So that means if they say they achieved this is their success, then you cut it in two. The same if they come and report their losses, oh, it's just this, then that means it's more than that, okay? So I would go 2 times more than they report. Oh, the losses were just about 30 people. Yeah, that means it was about 100 or so. The problem is the Ukrainians and Russians are gonna lie the most, and then the Western media will report a little bit milder the successes and the losses. In this case, we have obviously an article from Fox News, and the information comes from the UK Intel. This article is from October 14th, 2022. This is the title. Russia's Wagner Group makes some, that's the key word, some advances in Donbas in first tactical gains since July, UK intelligence claims. Now, some, that means they made a lot, because it comes from these guys that are going to minimize. The Kremlin-linked Wagner Group has helped Russia make some of its first tactical advances in the Donbas region since July, defense officials said Friday. The United Kingdom Defense Ministry said that over the last 3 days, pro-Russian forces have advanced towards the city center of Bakhmut in Donetsk, where its mercenary group remains heavily involved in fighting. So, because this is reported by the Brits, or Americans, but a report done by the British UK intelligence, then the Russian military private contractor are called mercenaries. If that would be done by the Russians, then whatever they have the volunteers in Ukraine would be called mercenaries. That's the way it goes. Alright, we got that settled here. Some strategic advancements have also reportedly been achieved in Luhansk by regional forces in the towns of Opitine and Ivangrad. Now, some strategic advancements, that means a lot of them, because it comes from these guys. And I'm quoting, there have been few, if any, other settlements seized by regular Russian or separatist forces since early July, defense officials say. So my translation is, there have been more than a few, if any. So there have been, on average, other settlements seized by regular Russian or separatist forces since early July. So I would say probably August, not July, but end of August, defense officials say. Because they try to minimize, like, oh, see, minimize that thing. Oh, see, they haven't been doing anything since early July. You know, they're losers. That might be. All right. The ministry said pro-Russian forces, is there such a thing, pro-Russian, are likely looking to take Bakhmut as a preliminary, quote-unquote, win before attempting to seize the Kramatorsk-Sloviansk area, which it described as the, quote-unquote, most significant center of Donetsk, end quote, that Ukraine still holds. Despite Russia's apparent gains, the ministry said, it just appears, it's just, I don't know, sometimes you see it, sometimes you're not certain if they're gains. It's just apparent. Apparently, there are doubts. The ministry said, and I'm quoting, its overall operational design is undermined by the Ukrainian pressure against its northern and southern flanks and by severe shortages of ammunition and manpower. The news comes as Ukrainian forces continue to make gains, not some, they continue to make gains, okay, in its counteroffensive in the southern region of Kherson, where Moscow has urged pro-Russian citizens to flee, particularly around Kherson city. Last month, Russia attempted to lay claim over 4 Ukrainian regions, including Kherson, a vitally strategic region that Moscow has been unable to secure since launching its invasion in February despite its proximity to occupied Crimea. Moscow has apparently also offered free accommodations to Ukrainian citizens who wish to flee to Russia as Kherson city gears up to be the latest frontline city. Though reports have surfaced since the onslaught of the invasion that show forced deportation to Russia. Well, on Thursday, Crimea was listed by Moscow as one of the regions civilians in Kherson should flee to, along with Russian regions of Rostov, Krasnodar and Sevastopol. However, Crimea occupied since whatever. Let's go with that one. So, if these guys cannot keep the lead down, that means this information is too obvious. I'm talking about first the UK intel, and secondly talking about an American mass media outlet, which is Fox News in this case. I'm pretty sure a lot of things do not get reported, but as I said, always pay attention to minimizing the efforts of or maximize the efforts as long as you push them back. So say it was a massive invasion, but we pushed them back. Well, regardless, there were 3 tanks, 3 cows and 2 dogs, but it's a massive invasion. Why? Because you pushed them back. Now, the same thing, if they are able to do something, well, it's just something over there, it's okay, whatever. Or if you want to say that you want more weapons and you ask for more weapons, you say, we were overwhelmed by Russia's big military war machine. Remember, even Saddam Hussein had a war machine. Even Saddam Hussein. All right, I got it. Now, if Saddam Hussein had a war machine, what Russia has? A super, mega, fantastic, perfect war machine. But it's okay. NATO has one too, so it's a... And when I say NATO, I say United States and its vassal states. It's just the front of, of the whole thing. So the Wagner Group is still operating over there. Mercenary or not mercenary, I personally don't care. Vice versa, because you will not have, like in modern Olympic games and competitions, doping, anti-doping, this and that. I'm pretty sure they're all doped up, and that's what they also say. Remember that guy Armstrong, the cyclist? We all knew, and everybody around knew, that that guy cannot be like that ahead of everyone. And time, after he became a multi-millionaire, said, yeah, he was doped. Okay, take his medals away and those shirts, return them. How about the money, and how about going to prison? Oh no, you can't do that. All right, so he's a okay man, very good, cheated, he didn't get caught. Then, are you gonna take his stuff back? Oh, the medals? Oh, okay. What about the endorsements, the sponsors? No. Okay. Well, you see, the same thing here. In these wars, it's not only the military fighting under the Geneva Convention. Yes. No. That's a lot of BS over there. A lot of crimes. And all the sides involved, all the parts. You don't think so? Well, maybe there are some of this, or maybe a few click, clock, and information is available. It just needs some effort. That's all. Well, that's the news for this video, and I have another in a few moments, very interesting, about Poland buying more weapons, hundreds of how do you call them, missiles and systems. And there's going to be something funny, because Ukraine was offered, what, about 18 HIMARS, and Poles are buying hundreds. And we're going to talk in the next video. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.